Well, I think first off I should start by congratulating on completing the first review under the IMF program. There was, at the executive board meeting, directors really recognized the difficult reforms that you have embarked upon and what they mean with respect to the population domestically. So there was full acknowledgement of that by the international community. They pointed out the governance diagnostic to first of all agree to do it as the first one in Asia and then to publish it was actually quite courageous, and so they congratulated the authorities on that. So there was strong recognition on that as well as all the other reforms. So congratulations. I think it really shows that you're tackling this extremely severe crisis with all the path Sri Lanka emerged from the crisis. I think there are very encouraging signs that the program is beginning to work, that the economy is stabilizing. And it seems like there's a positive surprise in all of this, which will go a long way to build confidence with the international community, with official creditors, with private creditors. I think that will really sort of highlight the seriousness with which the authorities are approaching the reforms. So I think that really is good news. At the board meeting, directors pointed out other positive news. Inflation has come down so significantly because of the efforts that the authorities have undertaken with respect to monetary policy and with respect to scaling back monetary financing. So that really is another great achievement that was highlighted, amongst many others. The increase in reserves, we're getting positive signs that is working well. The governance reforms have begun, so I think these are all positive signs. And in fact, we're now seeing in the third quarter positive economic growth. Now, it is very tentative. It's not in the areas where we would like to see it in terms of benefiting the people. At the moment, it is sort of capital formation, it's the machinery and so forth, but you have to start somewhere. Eventually that growth will move over to other sectors, and so I think that is good news. But for that to happen, of course, perseverance with the reforms is absolutely key, and I'm sure you and your colleagues will continue to take that very seriously. From the Japanese finance minister, is this transparency, the open letter that you had written in March last year committing to the transparency, that's something that was mentioned at the board meeting as well. The international community is holding you to it. They recognize the limitations that you are under, so finding a way forward, I think there will be important. Because ultimately also these agreements in principle, of course, need to be converted into actual agreements and memoranda of understanding. So moving that along, I think, is quite important.